Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpadam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Vibhagine Vyomavadvyaptadehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitamrutavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandathami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yoginaha Yasyantam Navidussura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So chant the mantra, I'll repeat. Uddhared, it's okay, leave it now, it won't know. Uddharedatmanatmanam Natmanam avasadayet Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu Atmaiva ripuratmanaha. So, Bhagavan said that you have to help yourself. Never let yourself down, because you are your enemy as well as you are your friend. So we are carrying out this process of uddhara, lifting ourselves by ourselves. So far we saw that having gained this janma, this human form, and ignorance is already there, so inadequacy is also there. We try to fulfill ourselves through the world outside, and then it doesn't happen. We try, we keep on trying, but that sense of satisfaction is never to be derived from the world, because it is not there. Then, when we examine our experiences, when we analyze our experiences, then we come to know, and finally we ask ourselves that where is this? Where is this truth? Where is the real happiness? And then all this is process of uddhara, lifting ourselves. When we think with our intellect in this manner, we are on the right track. Then we go to the teacher, learn from him Vedanta, and the teacher teaches us, scriptures tell us that what you are seeking is yourself. It is you. Seeker is not different from the sought. You are that Brahman, you are that fulfillment, you are that happiness. But as I said, this is not that easy. We have heard it all right, but still mind has to be prepared. Mind has to be made fit and ready to grasp this and retain this and abide in this. So then we carry out, all this is going on. We are progressing. We are on the right track. Then yesterday we discussed that we have to live a life of karma yoga, where now instead of our orientation being of taking, instead of consuming, now we are out to contribute, we are out to serve, and thereby we are firming up the fact about us that Atma, the consciousness, is already full. I am full, I am complete, I am everything. We live this life consciously, deliberately, by the way of karma yoga. Through each and every karma becomes a means for me to join with this reality, to join with Ishvara. We consciously do this. And when the result comes, at that time also, result doesn't matter, inasmuch as whatever is fine. I do not react, I do not complain, but learn from the result and again march ahead. Each and everything now in life becomes a means to join me with the reality. So this process is going on. Mind is gradually becoming quieter. It is getting rid of all the likes and dislikes by this deliberate lifestyle. But again, yesterday we talked about certain tendencies of the mind. Some minds, it can be in us also. There are certain very strong tendencies which are giving a problem to us. In spite of karma yoga, in spite of all this knowledge that I am full and complete, I am Brahman, everything is me, and I am making an attempt to offer myself, but still, as I said, some tendencies may be very strong, and they just don't get removed. They continue to pose an obstacle. So, this is again a big burden. It is again a big obstacle. I am not making a headway. So we deal with that also. We become honest with ourselves that I have these problems. Bhagavan even spells out the tendencies of the mind, which may be very difficult to handle. It's quite possible. But we are not frustrated. We should not get frustrated and continue to work with the mind. And in this, as we have already seen, I am my own friend and I am my own enemy. Mind is my friend and mind is my enemy. If I don't choose to make it a friend, then it may become my enemy. So now we work. Yesterday we said that there can be very strong passion. There may be anger, deep-seated anger may be there. Greed may be there. Jealousy may be there. These kind of things are there in the mind. If they are there, we have to work with them. We cannot just shirk them aside because they won't. Every time they will raise their head and will not allow me to go forward. So, take up this responsibility. Natmanam avasadayet. We have just read. We cannot allow ourselves to fall down. So again, take this responsibility. Work with the mind. What is the cause of passion? There is a strong attachment somewhere. I want something very badly. Work with the mind, address the mind that so far you have fulfilled so many desires and still desires keep coming. Before the desire, there is pain. When the desire is there and when the object is there with you, you are aware that it is going away. It is going away. And after the desire also, when it is fulfilled, then also again there is pain in the absence of that. So it is a losing game. In trying to fulfill the desires, temporarily we may feel good, but again we are back to square one. In this manner, educate the mind. Tell the mind again and again, what you are seeking is not outside of you. You are that. And even if you are going to get something, how long is it going to be with you? And the amount of time and energy and all kind of investments that you are making, that object is not worth it. It is taking away so much from you and giving you very little. It is not a good deal, good bargain at all. In this manner, educate the mind. In Mahabharata, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it is said, Na jatu kama kamanam upabhogena shamyati. By fulfilling a desire, the desire itself doesn't go. On the contrary, it perpetuates, it increases. Just as when you put butter or ghee in the fire becomes more inflamed. It is not going to get extinguished. Similarly, when you keep fulfilling the desires will increase and they will make you dependent upon them. You will be dependent because your happiness will depend only upon the fulfillment of the desire, which may be fulfilled and may not be fulfilled. So always the world outside will be the remote control. Your desires will not allow you to be happy. In this manner, every time, don't give in to desires. Don't give in to strong passion. Rather than that, always address the mind. You have to befriend yourself. Your mind has at that time have to come in the front and educate yourself, nurture yourself, take care of yourself. Just as in family also, sometimes if husband is doing something wrong, then the wife will admonish him. What are you doing? This is not proper. Even wife, then the husband will say. Like that, we keep on keeping others on track, family members. Similarly, more than that, the real bandhu is here. The real friend is here. So my mind has to help me. That no. And that we have to first make a determination that no. Even if there is something bubbling up inside me, I will not give in to that. On the contrary, the determination is that no, not at all. You are taking a wrong path. Turn back. In this manner, you have to educate yourself. Bhagavan says, Abhyasena tu kaunteya vairagyena cha. These are the two means. Abhyasa means repeating. Repeating means constantly go back. This lesson is not to be taken just once and then over forever. No. You have to repeatedly keep telling yourself. This is self-education going on. So tell. Then in course of time, when you just don't give in, then that desire will subside. And knowledge will manifest. Yes. In this way, work with these kind of tendencies. Moment the mind is getting attached, moment the mind is, and that attachment is taking the place of passion. I just want it. And then a time comes when the mind says, either by fair means or foul, I will have it. Don't let the situation go up to this point. Before that, take it in your hands. No means no. We must have that control on ourselves. That is a process which we have to deliberately cultivate. We cannot see the life is nothing but learning. You cannot go to sleep. We have to be alert and work with ourselves. It's a mission that we have now taken up of uplifting ourselves. And we have already discussed that life is meant for that. So I am ready to do this. Okay? Then there can be another very strong tendency. What is that? Anger. Now anger is also nothing but, this is more formidable. Anger is nothing but when a strong desire doesn't get fulfilled, then it turns into anger. Desire, when it meets with obstacle, then it turns into anger. Now this anger, as I said, if it is allowed to express, then the damage will be done. Then the damage is done and it cannot be undone. So now when it is arising, anger is coming, address it and nip it in the bud, right there. You are knowing, you are aware that now my blood pressure is rising. My sense organs, the person's face and the whole body language changes. Look at their face when they are angry. Look at the face getting red. Immediately you can see, you can make out that now the tone has changed. It is changing, rising. We also come to know ourselves naturally. And the person before us also comes to know. You can make out these things. This body shows. So what is inside comes it comes out through the body. So be aware, that time only be alert. Because it is at this point that you can control it. If you allow it to forge ahead and express, then the situation is out of control. And then what will happen? All your education, all your samskaras, all your upbringings and degrees, master degree and this degree and that degree, everything will be on the back burner. Everything will go behind, as if you have never had it. The person behaves like mad, just goes crazy. And then the damage is done. We don't want that to happen. See, in sadhakas also, even though we are leading this life, it can happen. All these things can happen. So, we have to be cautious and take steps. Take steps. Find a solution to everything. There is a solution. And we are here for that. So, beware. Because anger, when it comes, it burns where it rises, and also the victim. It burns me first, and then it burns the person at whom it is directed. Too much of damage is done. Sometimes the damage is so much that you also don't recover from it, and the person at whom it is targeted, they also have to bear the brunt of it. Your relationships can be damaged. And even if people continue to be together, but then, the people suffer from it. Their confidence goes away. Their self-esteem is affected. It happens. to children, to spouses. We just don't know what we do with our anger to others. We are damaging ourselves, plus we are damaging others, and we have no right. We just have no right to do this, to hurt others, to make others victim of our anger. No. Therefore, before the damage is done, take the situation in your control. Be alert. No, I will just not allow this to express. You can tell, we'll talk afterwards. We'll meet afterwards. Not now. Not now. You can do that. We'll talk later. We'll meet later. Rather than, creating a history thereafter. It's better that you withdraw from that. But sometimes the ego, no, my way or highway. Either my way or highway. I don't care what happens. This is all anger speaking. I don't care. We do very much care. We very much care. So, we don't allow this to happen. Again, how can we stop it? If somebody tells you, you are not getting angry, don't get angry. We will not listen. On the contrary, more anger. Who are you to tell me? You go away. Who are you to tell me? So we only have to help. My point is this, that we have to help ourselves. No. That control, that sanyama is called for. And that is becoming of a human being. So, I address my mind. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu. I am my friend. Otherwise, I will be my enemy. Understood? Otherwise, I myself will be my enemy. Then I cannot blame others. So, be alert and nip it in the bud. No. You may have to keep quiet. Go away. Do that. And then afterwards work it out. Be cool and calm and in a different way find a solution. This one has to do. Bhagavan, Lord Krishna says in Gita only, Shaknoti haivaya sodhum prak sharira vimokshanat. Kama krodhodbhavam vegam sa yuktaha sa sukhi naraha. One who can control, one who can withdraw this passion of anger rising, passion and anger rising in one. If you can control it, he is a yogi. See, Bhagavan calls yogi is a yogi, but even this person in whom these impulses are rising, but he doesn't allow them to express, he is also called a yogi. Imagine. One who doesn't allow it to get expressed, Bhagavan is calling him also a yogi. Then what to talk about the one in whom this doesn't rise at all? In one in whom this doesn't come. He is a yogi par excellence. But even this one, the anger has come, but I keep quiet. I'm not talking. No. He is also a yogi. He is also a yogi. Because the possibility is there. Possibility of damage is there, but you didn't allow it. You controlled it. So yogi. Yogi's work is this, always monitoring, always alert. So we have to be alert. Similarly, handle greed. Greed can never be satisfied. The more you get, the more you demand. The more you have, still the mind will ask, still more, not enough, not enough, not enough. There is no end to this greed also. So, what is the antidote to that? Enough. I'm satisfied. And going back to the nature of the self, what is it? What is my reality? Every time we have to keep that in mind. What? Tell me. Atma is full. Atma is everything. That is how we will go back to that. We have to every moment remember that. And then, where is the place of this greed in this? Where is the place of anger in this? Where is the place for passion in this? It's like that. Remember the nature. Satchidananda Atma, Ishvara. Remember that every moment. And then remove this with the background of this. So, in this manner, when we work with ourselves, Karma Yogi works with himself. He offers himself. Whatever comes is fine. As a result, understand, Uddara is taking place. Lifting up is working. What happens? As a result, the mind is becoming purer and purer and purer. Becoming quiet. Now no more in the hands of what? Raga and Dveshas. They are slowly getting neutralized. Why? Because of the deliberate effort of living that life. Every time, whenever the raga and when I'm called to respond to a situation, I may not want to do it. Supposing we have to get up at 5 and do something for others. I don't want to get up. But then I don't want to do it. But what will I tell my mind? No. Deliberately, sir. You have to do it. So what happens? I don't give in to my likes and dislikes, but do what is right. Do what is to be done. As a process, what happened? My likes and my dislikes do not get a chance to increase. On the contrary, they are getting away. I'm removing them. So, I don't give in to likes and dislikes, raga, dvesha, kama. I don't give in to them. On the contrary, I respond to a situation in the most becoming way. So it is learning, wisdom in practice, knowledge in practice. We are bringing the knowledge in practice. As a result, my mind is becoming pure and subtle. It is becoming lighter, pure. And as a result of Karma Yoga, when I help others, when I serve others, when I give, automatically happiness manifests. Happiness, the joy of the Atma is manifesting. So, I'm happy by myself. I'm quiet. Mind is quiet plus happy. Becoming happy. Some people don't have much, but they are happy. Big family. Not that much earning is also there. In the olden days, it used to be. People were in joint family. So big, such a big family, one person would be earning and 15 to eat. Just 2 rooms and 15, 16 people living there. But still happy. Why? Because my family. I'm doing for them. Comfort-wise, there is not much. But this attitude, my people, my duty towards them, gives them happiness. This is a matter of experience. So, when we are deliberately living this life, happiness begins to get manifest. And now I am becoming self-sufficient without the world outside. So far, I was seeking happiness, dependent upon the world and objects and places and people. Now, gradually, what is happening? I have the upper hand. In which sense? I am happy with myself, content. As a result, understand, mind is getting quiet, happy, pure. Now no more it is replete with ragadveshas and the world. On the contrary, in this pure, subtle mind, now questions arise. Now I am happy. Now I want to know more about the self. Give time to that. Now I want to give time, and I'll be able to give also. Why? Because mind is now ready. See, understand, Karma Yoga is taken up. Bhagavan prescribed, recommended. Karma Yoga is a means to prepare the mind. As a means to prepare the mind. As a result of that, if I really live that life, being in the world, doing my duties, but with a different attitude, what happens? The result is there before me. Mind is now quiet. Now, we now come to a different stage of upliftment. Now what has happened? My mind is pure, quiet, and questions arise. And I now feel, I now want to give more time to myself. A time comes in life when there is a desire to just be with ourselves, to study, to reflect, to spend time in our bhakti. This time comes, and mind is all ready for this. So now, in words of Bhagavan, one has reached the stage of yoga rudhatvam. Yoga rudhatvam means you are now ready for giving time to yourself. So far mind was not ready. So far what happened? Because what was there in the mind? All impurities, all raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, ambitions, this, that, I want this, I want. Which is, we are not condemning all that, but which was there, which didn't allow me to sit back and contemplate. Moment I sat and contemplated, tried to contemplate, what will happen? People will come inside. My attachment will come inside. My hatred will come inside. My anger will not allow me to sit. For a second also we can't sit. We may sit, we may know I'm going to sit. But what you do, you only know. What is going on inside? We do dhyanam, but dhyanam of what? People with whom I'm attached. People whom I hate. So dhyanam is not possible. To contemplate on contemplation is not a matter of will. It has to happen. It has to happen. Just as they say, love cannot be willed. It has to happen. It has to happen. Similarly, I cannot ask, now think of Atma. But I should love that. I should be ready for that. But what has happened, if you have watched, if you are closely following the class, you will understand that as a result of deliberately living a life of karma yoga, what has happened? Gradually my mind is now ready. Now Bhagavan says, what does he say? That now shamaha karanam uchyate. Now you are all ready. The mind is now ready to, take off. To take off to for a higher journey. So far, you were supposed to live. Even though Arjuna wanted sannyasa, Bhagavan didn't once say yes, no, you work. But why? Because he was not ready. He wanted to withdraw because he didn't want, he hated this war because it was war with his people. He forgot his duty. But as a result of karma yoga, when you are ready, then same Bhagavan says. What Bhagavan says here, Arurukshoho munehe yogam Arurukshoho munehe yogam karma karanam uchyate. For one to become ready for dhyana yoga or contemplate upon the self, what is the karanam? What is the cause? What is the means? Tell me. Karma yoga. Karma yoga is the means. I want to sit back and contemplate, but my mind is not ready. So Bhagavan said, make it ready by a life of karma yoga. Now when it is ready, I spent time in that. Now it is ready. So now what is the means? Now when it is ready, shamaha karanamuchyate. Now give up. Now you can give up. So now understand very well. There comes a time in life when I want to just spend my time with knowing the truth, abiding in the truth, contemplating upon it, and I am ready for that. Then the same Shastra gives permission. Okay, now you can go. Because when the instrument is ready, use it. They say, hit it hard when it is ready. You heat up the iron and then it is now ready, so now do whatever you want to do with it. Similarly, the mind is now ready. So now you can go and pursue this life. Now it is up. If you don't want it, is fine. But if you want it, then understand that a time comes in life when we have responsibility towards others, ourselves also. We have given time in fulfilling the needs of others. We have been responsible people, but now we can, when we are ready, we can give up this responsibility and take up a higher responsibility. Which responsibility? Towards myself. Towards myself. And what is that? Knowing the self. Self cannot be known just like that. One has to give time. Because Atma is not that easy to know. It is subtle. And we are used to knowing things outside, which are gross. So now, an Atma is not something which I can see, which I can interact with. It is my very core, my very nature, subtler than subtlest. Anoho aniyan, it is said. It is subtler than the subtlest, which means hidden behind the gross body, behind the subtle body, and in the ahankara. It is hidden behind so many notions. And then I have to remove all those notions and understand the self, which is a big job. And so now when the mind loves doing this, when the mind loves it, mind is enjoying Shravanam. When you enjoy listening, then you enjoy when you're reflecting upon it. You enjoy doing Nididhyasanam. Nididhyasanam I enjoy. Otherwise, if we are not ready, then we go to sleep in Nididhyasanam. And even if sleep supposing comes, but we don't enjoy. What is this? I don't see anything. Nothing is happening. What is this? It is very boring. Let me get up. Just get up and take coffee, and rather than go for a walk and work out. This is not my cup of tea. Why? Because we are not ready. It is quite possible. Till then, fine. Till then, keep working. Because mind is not ready. Mind is still not enjoying its own company. Mind is still not ready to delve into its reality. And what is the reality of the mind? Atma. Still not ready for it. Because so far, it has always run out. Paranchikhani vyatrunat swayambhuhu tasmat parang pashyati. Because of ignorance, our mind has been running out for lives together. Not just one life. Lives together. It has been running out. To people, to persons, to objects, to this, to that. So, always out. Doesn't have any idea that what I am seeking is here. I need not go out. I can just be with myself. But that capacity is not there. But now, since we have earned and worked for that, and mind has become ready, so now you can give that time. Bhagavan permits that. Everybody is not given this permission. Arjuna himself was not given this permission. No. Karmani evate adhikaraha. Kuru karmatvam. May you work. But so from tamas to rajas to sattva, we have to work from tamas. We cannot. Tamas means laziness. Tamas means violence. Tamas means anger. Mind is just not ready. Very, very cross. From that we bring it to the level of rajas. But what kind of rajas? Rajas where we are ready to help. We are active, yes. But behind all those activities is what? Sattva. What kind of sattva? Selflessly I am acting. Selflessly I am ready to give my energies. So mind, this is all methodical. From tamas, in the mind we bring it to rajas, selfless rajas. And then bring it to sattva. Jnanam can happen. Sattvat sanjayate jnanam. Knowledge is possible. Abidance in the self is possible only when sattva is there. Tranquility, purity, placidity. But how to have that mind? If I have it, fine. If I don't have it, okay, I don't have it. No, work for it. We just, it's okay, I don't have it. Then you are in samsara still. Upliftment is our goal. So we work for it. And that's all we saw very systematically. So now so scriptures, it says that when yadahi nendriyarteshu, when your sense organs are now happy to be where they are. Otherwise our sense organs of action as well as perception, eyes, ears, everything is always directed out. What is there to see? What is there to hear? What is there to taste? Always seeking that. Seeking gratification at the level of sense organs of knowledge, action, eyes, ears, taste, all that. And the sense organs of action also are always active. Seeking gratification through that. As long as this is there, you can convert them by karma yoga. That is what we did. And now as a result of that, all my sense organs, sadhana chatushtaya has come. Sense organs are also now disciplined. Happy to be, not disciplined by controlled. No, you are not going out, eyes. Ears, you are not going to listen to anything. No damaha. We are not forcing and controlling. Happily it comes back. That is the name of the game. Happily it comes back. Oh no, now I am happy. Life is now simple. I am happy with myself. Then, now even activities don't attract me. People say, report, that now I am not going for marriages and clubs and playing and partying and all that. I don't enjoy it anymore. There is nothing wrong if you enjoy it. But now you have become self-sufficient. Now it's okay. It's waste of time. Rather than that, I will study Gita. I will listen to the talk. I will do japa. I will sit for meditation. You like all this, which means what? Now the mind is ready. So we have responsibility towards ourselves. We have already discussed what is the purpose of life. The purpose of this life is to know oneself, Now when that time is ready, I catch hold of that time. And then, now give quality time to myself. And you can lessen. I won't say that you take sannyasa. That is why in our culture, these are the 4 stages of life. Brahmacharya, life of learning for a student. Then Grihastha, life of a householder is Karma Yoga. It's nothing but karma, not bhoga only, yoga. Then, having lived that life, when you become, say, 50, 55, when this stage comes, now what? Ideally speaking, Vanaprastha. Vanaprastha means they used to go away to forest. We are now not going away to forest. Who will take care of us there? Earlier that provision was there. In the forest, sages used to live, and you could also build a hut and live there and spend your life in penance and thinking, listening, satsanga. Now we have to make our own house Vanaprastha. In our own home. And children also go away, no? They also go, they leave. Now you have that time. Here they say, no, now I'm downsizing. What do they hear? I hear this word, downsizing. Means now I am from bigger house, now we have moved to a smaller one. Cutting down, and now retired. Now I am retired. And retired then not taking up another business. Now if I've reached that stage, if I've made my mind ready, then I have all the time in the world now to spend with myself. Then Bhagavan says, you can take sannyasa. But that sannyasa would be what? Vividisha sannyasa. See, there are 3 kinds of sannyasa. In Karma Yoga also sannyasa is there. We discussed about it. What sannyasa is there in Karma Yoga? In the life of a householder also, Karma Yogi is extolled as sannyasi. Why? What sannyasa is there? Tell me. That element of tyaga was there. I do it for others, for others, for others. So tyaga, I was getting the lessons of that. So even in that active life, sannyasa was there. Then second sannyasa is which? Vividisha sannyasa, where you deliberately take sannyasa for what? Still you are not Atmagnani completely. But now you just want to spend time with yourself. You want to get ready for that. So you become sannyasi for becoming sannyasi in the ultimate sense. Understood? Real sannyasi is, so this is second sannyasa, Vividisha sannyasa, where sannyasa is taken for becoming a sannyasi, which means knowing the self. And now you are ready. Third sannyasa is what? Vidvat sannyasa. Vidvat sannyasa means he knows that he already knows the self. He knows the self now. Now no prayatna, no effort is, he happily abides in himself. I am Atma. This knowledge has become firm. Sthita prajna. Let me tell you, everybody is sannyasi. Already a sannyasi. Swamini ji, how come? Why? Because Atma is already a sannyasi. In which sense? In which sense? Atma has never taken up any karma. There is no action in the self. Atma is ever a karta. Even when we think that we are working, I am doing, walking, talking, seeing, sleeping, it is Prakriti, the matter which is doing, not the self. So Atma, the self, by nature, is already a karta. There is no karma, no bhoga in that. Abhokta, akarta. That is why Bhagavan says, Naiva kinchit karomiti, yukto manyeta tattvavit. The one who knows the self, the tattva, what does he say? I don't do anything. Are you are talking and saying not talking? You are seeing and saying, not seeing, I'm not the seer, not the talker, in spite of talking. Who is talking? Where is the talking taking place? At the level of speech, at the level of mind, at the level of body, mind, intellect, complex. Action is there, never in the self. Never. Atma never does and Prakriti ever does. There is never absence of action in matter, in Prakriti. And there is never action in what? In the self. One who knows that this is all one has to learn. This is Atma. So, now one who knows this, as a result of all this sadhana, one who happily abides that I am akarta. Even though I am doing, I am not a doer. Lord Krishna is like that Vidvat Sannyasa. He is never disturbed. And he said about, in spite of doing, I am not doing anything. That is why he told Arjuna, if you know the nature of the truth, Arjuna, hatva pisa iman lokan na hanti na nibadyate. If you kill, you think that you are killing. But if you know the nature of the self and you abide in that, then even then, when in the war, when people will be killed, you will not be killing them. Who will be killing? Prakriti. So, this is all knowledge. And for that, the mind was ready and the person abides. So that is Vidvat Sannyasa. Vidvat Sannyasa. So one is while karma, another one is you take up sannyasa to become a sannyasi, and third one is Vidvat Sanya. One you know it. And in reality, everybody is sannyasi. Everybody is already a sannyasi, but you don't know. You don't know. Everybody is sannyasi. Nobody is Atma. Atma is not performing. But I think I am doing and then imposing everything upon myself. It is nothing but delusion. Nothing but superimposition. So all this is, we have to reach this stage. So, that is what the life is meant for. Uddared Atmana Atmanam. Having come here, we now lift ourselves from this ocean of ignorance by going to the teacher, listening about the self and its nature, then life of Karma Yoga for preparation, and as a result, when the mind is prepared, then Bhagavan says, Yogi Yunjita Satatam Atmanam Rahas. Then you can go and contemplate upon the self. Now you can do it. As a result of that also, then you happily abide. Then you need not all the time sit and meditate. That is also not needed. Why? Because I now know that I am the self. It has become one with me. We have to practice and remember as long as it is a matter of memory. Supposing I ask you, what is your name? Did you have to think for it? I'm Kartikeya. Did you have to think? It has become one with you. Similarly, we familiarize ourselves with the real self so much that a time comes when we don't have to remember. I am Atma. I am self. Sleeping, walking, talking, I am Atma. It becomes that spontaneous it has to become. And for that, when Yoga Rudatva comes, when I become ready, then I give time to myself. Brahmasmiti, Bhashyakara says in Sadhan Panchakam, Brahmasmiti vibhavyatayam. May you always now remember, tell yourself, I am Brahma. I am not this body, not this body. Then a time comes when you won't have to do even that. So Uddhara, lifting, the process of uplifting, the process of lifting yourself has to be stretched to this extent. To which extent? That I happily and spontaneously abide in the self. From being a jiva, helpless, that was my state. From that, the process is taken up to such an extent that now today I happily and spontaneously remember and abide in my true nature. This is what we have to do. This is what life is meant for. And that cannot happen unless we first know what we have to accomplish, what we have to do. There has to be purpose in life. We cannot just haphazardly and without any direction. There is no things are there. There is some occasion I go there. Then there is something. That way life is not a loose pajama. Not like that. There is, I must plan. Then there is a goal. There is a path for it. And these means are also given. Kathopanishad says that body is in the form of the chariot. Buddhi is in the place of the captain, charioteer. Mind is in the place of the reins. Now carry out your journey. Sense organs are in the place of horses. Whenever they digress, pull the reins of the mind. But when can you pull the rein? If provided the captain is awake. If he is intoxicated, and if he is sleeping, then accident. Then the horses will go this way, that way. Oh, that path is very panoramic. Let me go. No such business. I have my goal. Only then success doesn't come just like that. It is hard work. And here success is what? Coming back to myself, the prodigal son. I have to come back to myself. Ignorance took me out in the world. So much so that I'm totally away from myself. Not knowing who I am. From that, uplift. To which point? Total upliftment. I am the self. So, uttishtata, jagrata. Get up, awake, arise. Stop not till the goal is reached. No stopping. First of all, awake and arise. And then march ahead till the goal is reached. And what is the goal? Goal is myself. But I was, as it were, removed from myself. So now I come back to that. And what do I gain? I gain contentment, happiness, fullness. There is nothing but me. So this work we have to do. This is the express purpose of life. And then, as we said, if we don't do it, no chet iha avedit mahati vinashtihi. There will be big loss, very, very big calamity is waiting. And if we do it, we have made it. So Vivek Chudamani says, Bhashyakara over there, Labdva katanchid narajanma durlabham. Having gained this life, narajanma durlabham. Durlabham, very rare human birth, you got it. And then you got intellect also, you get good parents, good upbringing, samskaras, all Vedas, Vedanta, all this you got. And then if you don't work for it, what will it be? What they say, harakiri, means suicide. Atmaha, I killed myself. So we should not let that happen. So awake and arise. Okay? Thank you. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। Thank you.
I'll have we can change it now.
I'll change it. No, this and I'm using, I don't remember.
If we look inside, we will know.
Okay,
Because it's so small. Are you using
only
2? Okay, so
I'll give. That also I'll have to write. This one you can give him back.